Hologram Revolution. Scene 1. Charlotte sits at her desk. There is a knock at the door. Charlotte, come in. I walk through the door using crutches and sit down. Charlotte, John Evans? John, yes, that's me, unfortunately. Charlotte, why do you say unfortunately? John, because if I wasn't John Evans I wouldn't have a broken leg. Charlotte laughs. Charlotte, and you live at flat 3A Church Street, Manchester? John, yes. Charlotte, that's a coincidence. I live in 2B, just below you. I've never seen you before. John, yeah, that's because on the day I moved in I fell down the stairs and broke my leg. I've been living with my parents since then, but I'm going back there tonight. Charlotte, ouch, that's unlucky. Okay, let me have a look at your leg. I roll up my pants and Charlotte examines my leg. Charlotte, how long ago did they take the cast off? John, a few days ago. Charlotte, can you stand on it? John, yeah, I can stand on it, but it really hurts. Charlotte, yeah, that's okay, it will get better in time. Just keep trying to walk on it, but don't overstrain yourself. John, okay, I will do that. Charlotte, okay, I think we are done here. Get the receptionist to make an appointment for another 2 weeks. I stand up and get ready to leave. John, okay, well, I'll see you at home then. Charlotte laughs. Charlotte, okay, bye. John, bye. I walk out of the door, but then a few seconds later I come back in. John, the receptionist isn't there. Charlotte, she must have gone home, we're running a bit late. I'm just on my way out as well. John, yeah, I was going to save out the 2-hour wait. Charlotte laughs. John, I wanted to ask the receptionist if she could call me a taxi. My phone battery is dead too. Charlotte, I could give you a lift. John, are you sure? Charlotte, yeah, I'm sure. You're my next door neighbor. John, I don't know about getting into a car with a strange woman I've never met before. I'm okay. Charlotte laughs. Charlotte, just give me a few minutes to finish off here and then we can go. Scene 2. We arrive at home and I reach into my pocket. John, Charlotte, I can't seem to find my keys. Charlotte, did you have them when you left your parents' house? John, yeah, I defiantly had them then, otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get in here earlier. I think I must have dropped them at the hospital or something. Charlotte, do you want to come to mine and I can call the maintenance guy to come and let you in? John, oh thank you. That would be brilliant, and thanks again for the lift. Charlotte, it's the least I can do. I'm not the kind of person who would just leave someone when I could easily help. John, yeah, I'm the same way usually. Just when I need help there's never usually anyone around. Charlotte, well, I'm here this time. John, I know, and I'm very grateful. We both go into Charlotte's flat. I sit down on the couch and start searching through my pockets for the keys. Charlotte goes into her bedroom to change out of her work clothes. Charlotte, do you have any plans for tonight? John, no, just sitting in front of the TV watching the new Iron Man 3 DVD I bought today. I find my keys and immediately hide them from view. John, you got any plans for tonight? Charlotte, well, I was going to call this guy I've been seeing, and before Charlotte can finish her sentence I interrupt. John, oh God, I'm sorry, I'll go and then you can get on with your evening. Charlotte, no, it's okay. I was going to say before I was interrupted that I was going to call him and tell him I don't want to see him again. John, oh, why's that? Charlotte, all he seems to want is sex every time I see him. He just touches me and paws at me all the time and I don't like that. Although that's what most men do with me, so I'm not surprised. John, now that's not right. Someone as nice and sweet as you should be treated with a proper respect. Charlotte enters the room holding a Blu-ray disc of Iron Man 3. Charlotte, oh thank you, John. John, you got Iron Man on Blu-ray? Charlotte, yeah, I'm a bit of a nerd. I love sci-fi. John, that's great, because I do too. Charlotte puts the disc into the Blu-ray player and sits back on the couch. John, so you got any plans for the weekend? Charlotte, I'm going with my sister to the hospital. John, oh, is she okay? Charlotte, yes, she's fine. She's just getting artificially inseminated. John, oh, fertility problems? That's a shame. I wish her luck. Charlotte, no, well yeah. She had ovarian cancer when she was a teenager, and if she doesn't have a kid now she never will. John, oh right, that makes sense. Charlotte, do you think it's wrong that I'm a little bit against it? John, why's that? Charlotte, well there are a few reasons. She's 23, she's only just finished vet school and she's not got a job yet. She still lives at home and she's just got the goth face, so she's hardly ideal mothering material. John, well I suppose the career and independence thing will come in time and there's nothing really wrong with being a goth. Charlotte, you won't be saying that if you saw her a few months ago. She had pins everywhere and answered every question with why does it matter, we're all going to die anyway plus or minus. John, yeah I see your point. Charlotte, it's weird seeing her now, she's gone from Wednesday Addams to Kate Sutton off Emmerdale in less than 3 months. John, WOW. Charlotte, then of course there's the fact that the babies will never know their father. I know what that's like and it's not a nice thing for a kid to have to deal with. I suppose, in the end she's my sister and I have to support her whatever. John, your dad not around then? Charlotte, well my dad is the only dad I've ever known, my stepdad. My natural father was an American Navy guy called John Jackson whom my mom had a one-night stand with. John, did you ever try and find him? It should be easy since they would have kept records of all his comings and goings. Charlotte, yeah we tried when I was 10. No records of a John Jackson anywhere. Well there was, but he was a white guy and a pilot. He must have given a false name. Hey, I've just realized we've been talking and we haven't called for the maintenance guy. John, do you want me to go? Charlotte, no I wouldn't have put the film on if I wanted you to go. I'm just saying you better do it before it gets late. John, that's good, because I wouldn't mind staying a bit longer. I'm really enjoying your company. Charlotte, yeah I'm enjoying yours as well. I'm not this intense with somebody I've only just met. John, well enough with the intensity, let's watch the movie. Scene 3. It's 1.5 years later. Charlotte is blindfolded as we walk into the registry office. Her sister Jessica is with us. Charlotte, John, where are we? Can I take this blindfold off now? John, okay, I'm almost ready, but before I take off the blindfold I want you to know that I love you and know that you will react in one of 2 ways to what you're about to find out. You're either going to think I'm the most wonderful man in the world and throw your arms around me and squeeze me until I pop, or you're going to be very angry with me for doing this to you. Charlotte, okay, I don't like the sound of this. John, I am expecting the first reaction. I get down on one knee and produce a ring from my pocket. John, okay, you can take the blindfold off now. Charlotte removes the blindfold. John, will you marry me? No, I don't think I can wait any longer. Charlotte looks around. Charlotte, John, where are we? John, registry office, are you mad at me? Charlotte, no, I'm not mad and of course I'll marry you, but I want to marry you properly with my family here. John, it's okay, I understand. I just thought we could have like our own secret ceremony and do it again for everybody else later. I'm sorry. Jessica, just so you know I told him this was a bad idea. Charlotte, no it wasn't a bad idea, it was very nice, it's just him not up for it. I stand up. John, I do have another little surprise for you. Charlotte, oh god, I'm almost afraid to ask what it is. Jessica, no this one's a nice one, I promise you. John, I found your father. Has come all the way from Canada to see you get married. Charlotte, what? How? John, you remember I found that people find in company and the lady came on your birthday and asked you questions and took a DNA sample. Charlotte, yeah, how did she find him when we called? Find him when I was 10. Jessica, his name's Jack Johnson, has originally from New Orleans, he has 2 other kids, Carla and Jake. When he left the Navy he moved to Canada and now he owns a hotel there. Charlotte begins to cry. John, do you want to meet him? Charlotte, yes of course I do. Charlotte runs down the aisle to where a black man is sitting. The organ starts to play and I signal for it to stop. Charlotte, Jack Johnson? The man turns and shakes his head. Jack, Jake and Carla are sitting at the back of the room. Everyone laughs. Jack, I think the guy you want is me. Charlotte walks over to Jack. Charlotte, hi, I think I'm your daughter. Jack, I think I'm your father, and I've come all this way to see you get married. Charlotte, yeah, John kind of just sprung all this on me, so I don't think that's going to happen now, at least not today. Carla and Jake, we told him it was a bad idea. Jack, well, I thought it was a good idea, which is why I helped him plan it. Jack puts his arms around Charlotte. Jack, do you love John? Charlotte, of course I do, even when he does stupid things like this. Jack, well, marry him then. You know that boys put a lot of effort into arranging all this. He obviously loves you very much, and I would be proud to have him as a son-in-law, and besides that, I flew all this way to see a wedding. Carla, marry him, Charlotte. Charlotte, okay then, it looks like him getting married. Charlotte rushes over to me and puts her arms around me. John, Charlotte, I can't breathe. Scene 4. It's 35 years later and I am in a lab at the university working on a project. Jessica's daughter Alex is helping me. After carefully assembling the machine, I plug it in and switch it on. Almost immediately smoke starts coming up from under the casing. John, oh no. Alex, I think you should have used the 50K resistor, John, and not the 5K, John. Well, we know that now. Alex, I've been telling you all day. I clutch my chest in pain. Alex, are you alright? John, yeah, it's just indigestion and stress. I don't know why I'm even bothering with a master's degree at my age. I'm 64. When my grandparents were this age, they were retired and looking forward to dying. I've got to stick at it for another 10 years. Alex, just keep going, you're almost there. Besides, do you really want to spend the last 10 years of your career teaching high school students? John, no, defiantly not. So how's your work going? Alex, very slowly. I don't think we can get the interface any better than it already is. John, well, for me it can't get much worse. Remember last night when we were playing that Star Wars game and I cut your arm off? Alex, I thought you meant to do that. John, it's all these new updates. It used to be alright, then it started to get worse as they kept updating everything. Me and Charlotte were in Jill's bar talking to Carla and Alex interrupts. Alex, Jill's bar, that's for young students, not for old fogies like you guys. John, I'm a student, and my avatar is 25, so I think I qualify. Alex laughs. Alex, okay, well, I have to go now. I've got a date tonight. I clutch my chest again. Alex, you sure you're alright? John, yes, you go have fun. Alex, okay, bye. Alex starts to walk away when I fall to the ground in pain. Alex rushes back to help me. Alex, John, actually now that you mention it, I'm not feeling too good at all. I think you'd better call an ambulance.